Hello everyone. In previous episode, we discussed how to start to register service worker in your browser, but the service worker did basically nothing for us. Let's now make it something useful, and we will discuss about how to make cache, how to use the main functionality of service worker, and how to switch to make your application to work offline. First of all, if you want to put some assets into cache, you need to use CacheAPI. Global object caches, a method open with version like a name that you want to create with this cache, and promise resolves into a cache object that has method add. And here you can add your main index1.html file, so basically the file that you open. That's it. Let's begin with just one file. And now to make it work, we need to use fetch event from service worker that will be called instead of requesting real server for this file. Here you have an event that has respond with method, and you can take now this information about this file from the cache. So that's basically it. During installation, you put some assets in cache and you subscribe to fetch method, and if the request matches something that is already in your cache, it will respond with information that was already stored. How it works in browser. So that's the first page. We have our index1 HTML. We go to application. Here is our service worker, and we also have here quite important information about our cache storage. Cache storage, we see the version and that our index1.html was stored in this cache. If you go to network section, you refresh the page and see that index.html file was taken from service worker, so it was cached and was taken from service worker cache. No real request to the server. It's not only faster, but now we can switch off the internet, go offline. Let's assume we are somewhere on the plane, refresh the page, and it still works because service worker keeps this file. To check that it was exactly service worker, we now can unregister it. And if we refresh the page, we see our standard no internet page. And if we go back to the internet connection, we see our page again, and service worker was registered. So with so easy steps, you can activate cache and offline option for your application. This is the simplest version that I could create. Usually it used more advanced, like to store not only one file, but to store several files. And I created a helper for myself, helper function that works asynchronously. And that's why we can use this fancy await functionality instead of promises that looks more readable. And instead of adding one file, as I said, add all and provide a list of resources. It could be HTML files, it could be JavaScript files, styles, or images, any sort of resources that you want to put in cache. So that's basically it about caching and fetching resources after.